Hi, namaste everyone. Welcome back to Dr. Pai's Astrology channel. Today we have again with us very lovely Babajeet ji from Exotic Astrology. Namaste.
Namaste, namaste. Thank
How
you.
are
Thank you
you?
so much. I'm doing good. How about you?
Really good, thank you. Thank you for joining us today. I'm
My pleasure.
excited. I'm excited for this topic that he's going to be presenting, that non-astrological points, is it? Sorry, can you help me with
Yeah.
it a little bit?
Yeah. In the last sessions when we have done recordings, I have gone into, a lot of technical details on astrology, numerology. But in the last 10 years of my journey in YouTube as an astrologer or as a student of astrology, I have seen there are many aspects which are non-astrological, which can totally change your predictions. So today I have listed 10 such things which you should not ignore to fine-tune your predictions, non-astrological.
Okay, perfect. So we're looking forward to it. So please.
Great. All right, so the first thing you should never ignore, this is like criminal. If you ignore, this is like this will damage your predictions by 90%. And today, when we are discussing predictions, it is not, predicting earthquake, world war, predicting on, Trump or, Modi or Iran, whatever. We are talking of common man, okay? Aam Aadmi. Common man predictions, because most of the people who will come to you won't be like super wealthy, billionaires, They may come to you, but in general, 99% of the clients and help that you can offer is to common people, right? They may be middle class, lower middle class, maybe upper middle class also, but in general, common people. So, first is never ignore the family.
Mm,
But somebody may say, oh, what does family mean? Like. So family does not just mean your family. So when I say family, I don't mean, oh, is your married life good, so your career will be good. I'm not saying that aspect of family life. But I'm saying things which are passed on to your family by DNA.
mm,
So for example, in India, we have, not in India, all over the world, we have this, Baniya community. So there, boy or a girl is born, from like 2, 3 years of age, they are they've started discussing, profit loss, credit statement, this statement, that statement. So now in that person's, if in a Banya's horoscope, you are seeing that there is a lot of money, then it is not ordinary money.
mm,
It is big money.
mm,
It's not like because there is no job there. They're all business entrepreneurs.
mm,
So the scale is like 10 times more. So let's take an example. You have a normal person, who is an employee, okay, in India, suppose around 25. So he or she has great periods in the next 5 years, and they are into IT. Let's take a very standard example. Then if they have great periods, you can say by the time you are reaching your 30s, you may get a package of maybe, yeah, 1.5 lakhs a month, or maybe 1 lakh, 2 lakhs a month, around, like 15 to 20, 25 LPA, that could be your package. But if you see that in a Banias chart, it is not that.
mm,
Then the game will be in crores. So the scale is very high. Okay.
mm,
May not be crore per month, but
mm,
it will certainly be like crores per year, 1, 2 crore, something like that. Because the base is not normal, even though the person is middle class. The
mm,
person does not have to be upper middle class. So it could have been possible that, the person's father or grandfather had a good horoscope, may not be an exceptional one. So they still have a small shop here, there, but they're very well aware of the business terms. Okay. So then, it's a game of a different level. Number two, the community. Community also is very important. By community, again, I don't mean like somebody's caste. I mean what kind of a community they are having, like, everybody has a net average of a community. So that will include their parents, their relatives, their school friends, friends from their bachelors, masters, their co-workers. So suppose, somebody is in a company, employee, but he or she is in a community where, there he or she is, joining some community events for entrepreneurs, right? So then that the game will be different,
Mm.
because now, after 5 years, if somebody is, 10th house is activated, so then I will not make a prediction that you will get a promotion.
Mm.
Then my prediction will change. My prediction will be you are starting your own business.
Mm. Mm.
Otherwise, people will ask, oh, I have a good period. So if an employee asks you, good period, what does this mean? I will get a job, or I will get a parallel source of income, or I will leave my job and go all in my business. What does it mean? You can't answer,
Mm.
because the planets won't tell you, right? What is a
Mm.
good period? I mean, what this good period will do, the planets will just tell you, oh, this is good period, this is great period, this is average, this is bad, this is very bad.
Mm.
But when you talk to the client and you get to know the certain nuances, like what community events they are attending, what kind of a mindset they are having, then if may not be the next year, next 2 3 years, but certainly if they are doing it for 5 years, it will be a different game altogether. This is very important. Number three, this is most ignored, I feel, which is, the level of maturity that a
Mm.
person has. This is very important, because if the person has maturity, the person will take risks, but also calculated risks.
Mm.
You can also see that in the chart, but you can gauge it while, talking to the person also. Otherwise, what happens? One of the two will happen. They will not take risks at all, or they will be reckless, uncalculated risks. So then what will happen is the uptrend will be very high, but the fall will be spectacular.
Mm.
And generally, I have seen this kind of correlates with astrology also. If while talking to somebody, I feel, they are very immature.
Mm.
I also see in their charts that around like 2 to 3 planets are neutral. The remaining the other 2 3 are showing, like, high rise. The other 3 4 are showing spectacular downfall. So
Mm.
then what happens? The person earns money and then loses it. Earns money, loses, earns, loses, earns, loses. So at the end, after 10 years, what do they have? At best, they have a net worth of zero. If and worst case, they have too many debts.
Yeah.
That level of maturity is required. When to do what? Now, somebody may say, "Oh, but I don't have maturity. What to do?" Well, learn from people who are mature.
Mm.
That's it. Learn from people who are smarter than you.
Mm.
Depending on your age, depending on your interest, what you should do in life. That the astrologer can help you with. But, suppose somebody asks me, sir, what should be my profession? So uh, I see in their chart, okay, maybe real estate is a good profession.
Mm.
Now, I'm not a real estate tycoon, nor am I an agent. I cannot tell you how can you grow in real estate, but then you can follow, YouTube channels like Bigger Pockets. Yeah, then so many channels are there, so many Instagram people are there. They can tell you. So what happens when you do? You learn from somebody who is like 30 years in the game already. So
Yeah.
your maturity increases. So this is important, because then your timeline shortens.
Mm.
how much are you upgrading yourself? This is again a part of the second thing itself, community. Are you going to community events? Are you networking with people? If not, you are meeting people, at least read books, right? Or at least hear YouTube
Yeah.
videos, then your maturity increases.
Mm.
Number four, social circle. Social circle means, oh, I am an employee, everybody around me is also an employee. That's it.
Mm.
My brother, sister, husband, wife, cousin, colleagues, friends, everybody is employee. So what happens? That's it. Now, it's not bad to be an employee. I'm not criticizing those who are employees, but I'm saying this is so. So then if I see in their chart, okay, 5 years down the line, your 11th house is getting activated. Okay, so
Mm.
then I know it's just a promotion. That's all.
Mm. Mm.
Because you are getting name fame, but name fame only feels good if others tell you.
Mm. Mm.
Imagine somebody has 1 million subscribers and they make a video and nobody watches. How will you feel? Or maybe even worse, 10 million people watch but nobody likes it. How will you feel, right? It's
Mm.
terrible. So, name fame is something very unique. Name fame is like we think it is an object in itself, but I know people like, they have 20 colleagues, friends and all this. So one promotion they have, everybody's like gearing and cheering them up and they feel, wow, wow, I'm at the top of the world. But I know people who are into social media, they have reached like 10,000 subscribers. And yeah, 100 strangers have commented, but it does not feel very nice
Mm.
because the people around you, close ones, don't appreciate sometimes. So your social circle is also very important. If they are at the, or maybe you have a social circle of friends, relatives, family members, they are at the same place, but within that area, they are like always looking for opportunities. Oh, I want a job at Google, I want a job at Facebook, this, that. So then I know that if your 11th house is activated, you may end up at a top 5 company. Otherwise, it's just a designation change, nothing more than that.
Mm. That's interesting.
Number 5, this is very important, spiritual inclination of the person,
Yeah.
which is again visible in the chart, but it depends again the factors, community, circle. So, are they doing some spiritual practice daily? If not daily, are they doing it weekly?
Mm.
If not weekly, are they doing something monthly at least?
Mm.
Once in a month, like 30 minutes meditation. Now, why that is important? Because that will keep you grounded. That will prevent you from becoming overconfident and also underconfident. Because when you do spiritual practices, you read the Vedic scriptures, you meet spiritually elevated sadhus, you will understand that God is the greatest. There, there cannot be anybody greater than Him, ever, always. So then, I may have, like 100 million subscribers in YouTube. But what will happen after 50 years?
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm. Yeah. Very
Okay.
good one. Yeah.
And suppose you lose everything in life,
Mm.
or you lose your most loved things,
Yeah.
then also you will be grounded because you will know, okay, this is destiny. The wheel of time has brought this to me. Maybe it will also bring good things.
Mm. Yeah.
As they say, there was one, yeah, there was a minister in a king's cabinet.
Mm.
He went and gifted something to the king. It was a ring, and
Mm.
it was written there. This too shall pass. So the minister said, whenever you are overly joyful, always see this too shall pass.
mm,
And when you are too sad, also see it.
mm,
So then you know, okay, even if the person has bad times, the person will not get into things like alcohol, depression, and all this. So that means the person can bounce back very fast.
mm.
And
Yeah.
that by default means after 20 years, the person will have a significantly higher net worth than one of his or her peers.
Mm,
That's very important. Otherwise, as the Srimad Bhagavatam says, Manorathe na sati dhavato bahi, which means a materialistic person is just going in the chariot of the mind. The chariot has five horses, the five senses of the body. Oh, I
mm,
like to see this. Take me there. And Bhagavad Gita says one of the five senses itself are so powerful that it can pull the entire chariot,
mm,
the whole chariot. And chariot, who is the charioteer? Charioteer is intelligence, and the person sitting, the Rathi, is the soul, Atma, we, right? So if there is no spiritual maturity, the person is not grounded. Even good time is a problem, because what will happen if good time comes? He will spend all the money because he has to show off, no?
yeah,
And there are no savings. Any bad time comes by default, alcohol, right?
mm,
So even good is a problem, bad is a problem if there is no maturity. So spiritual maturity is very important. Number six, this is interesting, desire.
mm,
Like you are seeing big things, but does the so it's like, if you see a person has a great period next 20 years, most of the years are good, and the person is asking you, sir, will I buy a house someday in my life? So that's the final goal of the person, right? So then you can't tell him or her, oh, you will become a millionaire in 20 years,
mm,
because the person won't work.
mm,
Because that's the benchmark, right? One
mm,
house, I'm successful. Now, I'm not saying that is bad. That's perfect. So then, if the person has a great period, 20 years, you will say, yeah, in another 10 to 15 years, you will buy a home, you will retire nice, after 20, 25 years, you will retire, you will have a very good life. But suppose you don't know this. You see, oh, 20 years are great. And you say, oh, wow, you're going to be a millionaire. And then after 10 years, it's like, what happened? I'm just getting 5% pay raise every year, like I have a small salary. Now, again, that's not bad, but our desire is, primarily Rajogun, Mercury and Venus, right? So if the person has a lot of desires, provided the strength is there in the horoscope. I'm not talking of people who are lazy, ambitious. Like, they want to be a billionaire, but they get up at 11 a.m. I'm not talking of that kind of people. I'm saying like those who have ambition, desire, and they also back it with actions. That kind of people I'm saying. So therefore, the more the desire, the more they will work in that area of life. Desire could be material, could be spiritual, could be to have a like buy 100 homes, like 10 luxury cars, whatever the desire is. And the desire aspect is very important, because if it is opposite, if there are bad periods, then you have to warn the person that your desires may not be fulfilled for the next 10 years. So please don't get into depression. Maybe it will be fulfilled in the future, maybe in your 13th year, 14th year, 15th year from today. So you can also make the person grounded if you know how much desire they have for success. And number
mm,
seven, of course, as the Bhagavad Gita says, how much detachment do they have? So desire is very important, but if detachment is not there, then they will sabotage their own career. Because suppose somebody has a bad time, and their neighbor or their colleague has a good time. So, the colleague is rising higher. Then this person is not detached. This person is envious, jealous. Oh, how is that person getting so much money? More than money, admiration from people.
Mm.
Oh, this person is everywhere. What about me? Why am I not there? Why am I not the star? So then what happens? You will go and gossip around, right? You will, because there's a proverb, right? Not proverb, there's a saying I heard. If you can't pull somebody down, pull their reputation down, something like that.
Mm.
If you can't destroy someone, destroy their reputation. That's the saying.
Mm.
So what will you do? You will go and spread false information. Now that will have two repercussions. One is that person will become your enemy. And in some lifetime, the same thing will happen to you. These are two repercussions, right?
Right.
People will also spread fake news against you.
Mm.
So that means if periods are good, you will, if you don't, if somebody who is not detached has a good period, they will always bully others.
Mm.
And if somebody is not detached and they have a bad period, they will become envious and they'll pull the others down. So
Yeah.
both are very dangerous karmically. So then you know what will happen next 10-15 years. Not much growth. You will either bully others or you will pull others down. So then what happens? Eventually, if you are doing it, if you are in one company and you are doing it every alternate year like this, then nobody likes you, then you may be terminated.
Mm.
Oh, yes, no problem. I'll start my own business, right? But so you will do it to your business partners.
Mm.
You may do it to your clients. You may do it to your followers, right? Bullying them, like abusing them, So either you have a good or bad period. So being detached is very important. Like my karma is mine.
Yeah.
Whatever is happening to my neighbor, that is his or her own destiny. Even
Right.
if he or she disappears from the world tomorrow, it will not improve my life.
Mm. Mm.
Or even if that person becomes the president of the whole world, it will still not impact my life.
Yeah. Mm.
So that's very important. Law of karma, understanding, maturity, detachment, very important.
Mm.
Number eight, my God, this is like gold. Mental health.
Yeah.
You are getting a finance career consultation, and if you ignore the mental health, it will take you to the drains.
Right.
Now, when I say mental health, what do I mean? Is it like emotional ups and downs? Well, not just that. It's not so simplistic. It is, targeting the kind of the mental personality. If the person is narcissistic, which you will kind of get to know when you are interacting with somebody, like with your clients especially, you will get to know in the first 5 minutes how much narcissism is there. Is it within controllable limits or it has surpassed, right?
Mm.
So then what will happen is they may earn a lot of money, but they will be alone. Gradually, narcissistic people, they become alone in their life. Okay, you may have your son or your daughter because you are in India, and in India, it's like responsibility, right?
Yeah.
Or you may have you may be the child doing this with your parents. Oh, but you have your mother or father. Okay, fine. Those four relations, they are like, or how do I say? Those are indispensable. Okay,
Right. Yeah.
father, mother, son, daughter. You have no choice.
Yeah.
Even even if the other person is narcissistic, you have to tolerate them. You cannot, you cannot discard them from your life. Husband, wife, yes, you still can. But But the vertical you cannot. Next, one vertical above, one below. Okay. So then what happens is eventually, even if they have a good period and they dominate others, they abuse others, they bully others, they pull others down, they will have a bad name in their community.
Hmm.
And then then what happens? The good will be good, but the fall will be spectacular. And then yeah, they will pass on 20, 30 years, and yeah, they will have maybe one or two homes they will buy, they will have one or two small restaurants, hotels, but they will remain average or at best above average. They won't reach to that exceptional category
Hmm.
because you always can't run alone, right? You need people.
Yeah.
And if your mental health is always low, sometimes it is low is fine, but perpetually if it is low, then you are all by yourself. Nobody likes to be with you.
Hmm.
And number nine, very important. This is clearly visible in the chart, but also it depends on a person's self motivation also. Like, so number nine is leadership. Leadership means not like, oh, I will take leadership for a new project. No, it's not leader. That is, I'm not
Hmm.
talking of that kind of leadership.
Hmm.
But leadership to jump into unknown territories.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm into IT. Can
Hmm.
I jump into finance? Can I jump into real estate? Can I take responsibility?
Hmm.
That you can gauge while you are talking to the person. Because suppose an astrologer sees, I'll tell you when this becomes important. So you are seeing the person is doing a standard IT job, but you see the person has potential in finance or whatever, it could be real estate or could be becoming an astrologer, whoever. And the person is constantly going on denying. No, I think it's not my cup of tea. Oh, yeah, I'm a bit skeptical. Maybe I better stick to this. So that risk appetite, leaders, because taking leadership needs a lot of risk appetite.
Hmm.
So you can say leadership or risk appetite.
Hmm.
Everybody can take risks in their own domain, right? It's not a big deal. Oh, I'm an astrologer. I've been doing Vedic astrology from last 150 years. Oh, Western. Yeah, I can try for 2 years. In the same nine planets, maybe a couple or three more planets. That's it, right? Same transit, same this, same that. But if I'm an astrologer, can I enter into interior design? That requires risk,
Yeah.
risk appetite. So then I have to take responsibility. That also you can gauge. How much is a person agreeing to jump to unknown territories? Risk appetite, leadership, very important. And last but not the least, how much intuitive is the person? And when I say intuition, I don't mean, randomly, I was staring at the sky, I had some intuition. Not that kind. Feelings are not intuition. Everybody confuses, oh, I feel this, I feel that, We may have 10,000 thoughts every day, but every thought is not intuition. So when I say intuition, it is intuition backed with intelligence and experience. That is a bit
Right.
difficult to see in the chart. You
Hmm.
can you can see Mars, Mercury, and all this, but it's very difficult to gauge it. So if the person has a strong intuition means okay, this was applicable in that person's case. Will it be applicable for me?
Hmm.
These are my specific conditions. This is my unique situation. And then comes, this number nine, risk appetite. Okay, it is applicable. Now can I take that risk? So if the person does not have that intuition in itself, where is the question of risk appetite?
Hmm.
Which area will you take risk?
Hmm.
The astrologer cannot be there always, right? To tell you, the astrologer can give you a broad outline of your life. These are your good areas. These are bad areas. Go here. Go. Don't go there. But you can't talk to the astrologer every week, right? It's not possible.
Yeah.
And even if it is possible, it is not good for you. Recently, I had made a reel where I said in my social media accounts, I said, don't give away your power to an astrologer completely. Because one of my clients, he got a mail from his manager that, hey, I want to have a meeting with you. And he just freaked out. It's fine. You are freaked out. That's fine. But first, you attend the meeting. You see what your manager says. If the manager says, okay, due to this reason, we are laying you off,
Hmm.
your performance was not adequate, or there's no funding, this, that, whatever, you are laid off. Okay, fine. Then you can approach an astrologer. Can you please tell me, sir or madam, when the next 3 months, 6 months, when can I find a job? Or should I start my own business?
Hmm.
But the moment you see a mail, if you shoot another mail to your astrologer, which many people do,
Hmm.
then what happens? You are making that person the god of your life.
Yeah.
Astrologer is, the ninth house. Ninth house shows the guru. So the astrologer can guide you, but it is your life. You got to make the decisions. The same aspect comes with compatibility. Like a boy says, okay, in India, arranged marriages. I get these clients who say, okay, my parents have sent me two proposals, two girls. Which one should I marry? So then I tell them, okay, if you marry girl A, this is her nature. These are things you have to tolerate. Every day it's not optional. And these are good things which you can expect, okay? And the same is with category, the second girl. These are the pros and cons.
Yeah.
And then I tell, okay, with now this is their inherent nature, two girls. Now this is your nature. And you are in a man's body, they are in female body. And this is your basic nature, you like this, that, this girl likes this, that girl like that. So in my opinion, girl A or girl B is better for you.
Yeah.
And then I see their dashas, next 50 years, how is the marriage? If there is, like extramarital affair, or, there is divorce, or there is, premature death, or, lack of children or something, then I warn them that
Yeah.
could be there. So it is up to you. But then many people, they tell me that, oh, sir, but I can't decide, because what happens is when you have two proposals, two people are different, right? Or two people will have their individual plus, right?
Yeah.
So suppose girl A is very good looking,
Yeah.
girl B is very emotionally connected.
Yeah.
So as a man, you will want both.
Yeah.
So then you are like confused, which one should I trade off? Of course, then I tell, okay, she's good looking, but there are these problems. She's emotionally grounded, she's loyal, whatever. But these are other reasons also. So I think you should prefer A or prefer B. But at the end, you got to decide, right?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
there, your intuition has to come into play. If
Yeah.
your intuition is not coming into play, yeah, then you got to shoot males always. Then,
Yeah.
then you get like it's like your life becomes like a chain. Anything happens, my astrologer will answer what I should do. Of course, if there is something major, as I said, if you are laid off or your marriage is on the verge of collapse,
Mm.
or you have had a major health discovery, like you have cancer or something like that, or there's an emergency, some anything, like in the material world, n number of emergencies can occur, right?
Yeah.
Then you. consult an astrologer. Fine. But for every small detail, if you consult, it shows, there is maybe as a child, you are not allowed to make decisions.
Yes. Or you were raised in a very protective household where you had to ask someone, like not make any decisions. And also, yeah, you're right. Like the intuition part is really important. Just developing the self trust as well. You know,
Yeah.
to be able to make some decisions on your own. Like small ones at least. You don't have to go and rely on somebody to help you and guide you all the time.
Yes. So
Right.
as I said, you can use the horoscope also to find patterns. Like, for example, if somebody has a very strong 11th house, then they will have good communities, good networks. So the points which we discussed before, they will kind of
Yeah.
be there to some extent. But
Mm.
within that also you have to gauge. The 11th house may just also mean they're just making a lot of money. It may not mean they are going to communities to upgrade. This is the problem. That's the problem. You don't know
Yeah.
what the 11th house is doing.
Right.
Because I mean, imagine, how diverse this universe is.
Yes.
You just have 9 planets
Yeah.
and there are only 12 houses. How much will you gauge? Okay, fine. I will take help of numerology. I know they have, great numbers, 1975, all these numbers, I will take help of palmistry, they have great lines, great fingers, great palm. But it is still not more than how much? Maybe 50%. You can never know the person. Forget astrology. I'm saying all the three sciences. You include prashna also. You know the person, you include all this, what is that? Face reader.
Yeah.
Imagine you are an astrologer, come numerologist, come palmist, come psychologist, come face reader. You combine all the five, it will still be 50%. You can't know the damn person without interacting. It's not possible. So that is why, as I always say, many people ask me, why don't you start a service, like one question answer? And then I tell them, like, you think like you can completely know a person by looking at the chart. As I said, not horoscope. You take their palm, date of birth, everything. You see their face, you see whatever. It's not enough.
Yeah.
You have to gauge the energy when you are talking to somebody. Otherwise, uh, yeah, and your desire, like suppose somebody says, "Oh, but I know my desire. I want to become an IAS officer. I have desire. Now tell me." So I don't know if it is a self desire or a manufactured desire,
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
in India. Like I see horoscopes and yeah, zero desire.
Hmm.
They're asking, sir, how many attempts will I need to crack UPSC? So then I ask them, do you do you even have the desire? Then they're like, yeah, yeah, sir, I'm working, I have registered in this, online course, I have gone to Karol Bagh, Delhi, I have taken a room there, like I'm all over. Then I ask them again, you idiot, do you have the desire, you damn? And they're like, yeah, kind of, everybody's doing, so I got to do it, right? So, no, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
Desire means it has to be clear. Around the age of 18, 20, it should be there, or maximum 25. You can't say, okay, at 30, I'm starting. Now, you may start something new, that's fine. But if it is not there in the chart and you are forcing it, then it is not desire. Then you don't have desire.
Hmm. Hmm.
And how do you know if the desire is there or not? It's very easy. See how much they are ready to work for it.
Yeah.
That
The
is why many,
motivation. Hmm.
yeah, that is why, they may give one or two attempts in UPSC and they're like, oh no, it's not my cup of tea. I'm out for it. No, I'm not saying that is bad. I'm not saying everybody should, waste 8 years of their life. But I'm saying this is natural. If the desire is there, it will manifest. You will want to give more attempts. And you will do everything. Like you will read this book, that book, you will do whatever it takes, right? But if the desire is not like, if you see Ravan's example from the Ramayana, Ravan had how many? If you see, desire like, 7 star. Once he desired everything.
Hmm.
Like Ravan, it is said, for him, he had this supermarket mentality. Like when you go to a supermarket, what happens? You have a tray, right? Oh, I like this. Put it, put it, put it, put it. For him, the whole world was a supermarket. Oh, I like this lady. She's charming. She's cute. Oh, take her, take her, take him. Oh, I like this Pushpak Viman. So what? It's my brother Kuber's. Take it.
Yeah.
Supermarket. Okay. But he had bad association. Why? Because he had the association of demons.
Hmm.
And what did he do to his brother Vibhishan, who was the only one who gave him good advice? He said, "Get out, or I'll kill you."
Hmm.
And his great wife Mandodari, he never took her advice seriously.
Hmm.
So if you measure Ravana on these 10 parameters, it is a recipe for eventual failure, which apparently is very contradictory because materially he was the most successful person. But as I said in some points, the downfall is spectacular.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and somebody may say, oh, so what? Everybody has to die. He died by fighting, right? But no, that is not downfall. Downfall is seeing every son of yours die in front of you and not being able to do any, and you can't do anything. That is downfall. Not just you dying. You dying is very easy. Oh, I'm dead. That's it. Bye. Every son of his, Akshay, Atikai, Prahast, Narantak, Devantak, Indrajit, every son, every demon that was born from him, every Rakshas died in front of him. His all powerful generals slaughtered. Nobody, not one major general from Shriram's army died. Not one.
Wow. Yeah.
Not a single general from Shriram's army died. And his side, not a single survived, except the one who did not participate, who was Vibhishan.
Hmm.
And his next brother, Kumbhakaran, like so mighty, he would devour the entire earth in one sitting. Now, he advised him when he was forcibly woken up, he advised that, bro, I have always supported you in all your demonic activities, but do you know what you have done this time? Do you know who is this lady that you have kidnapped?
Hmm.
She is the supreme mother that you have kidnapped.
Hmm.
And the moment you touched her, your destiny was fixed. Not yours, our whole dynasty.
Hmm.
Finished. But what happened? He did not take his advice. And then he told Kumbhakaran, oh, I have not awakened you to listen to lectures. If you are fearful, go and sleep. I don't need your help.
Wow.
Like recently, Donald Trump was saying, right?
Yeah.
We need help from allies, but kind of we don't need it also, something like that. So he had bad association, association of all demons, like always trying to loot others, plunder others, abuse women, yeah, like, do everything to destroy others. So he had almost every criteria that is required for success, but he had this one bad habit, which was he had, bad association, dussanga.
Yeah.
As we say,
Yeah.
satsanga. Sat means one who, something which will take you higher. Du means which
Yes.
will take you down. Like Duryodhan in the Mahabharata, right? So that one quality destroyed. So you may have all of the nine, among all the 10 qualities that we discussed, you may have 9 qualities.
Yeah.
But if you have bad association, it will destroy you. So yes, now somebody may say, okay, I have, a few qualities, I don't have the other qualities. So no problem. You try to correlate which quality, which planet represents, like risk, Mars, do fasting on Tuesdays, take more risks, do some masculine job, like try to get some military training or, something like that. Okay, something masculine, do it. Then your masculine nature will rise. Then you will be able to take more risk. Somebody feels, they are cruel. Okay, so then they should go and serve elderly people,
Mm.
like, take care of children, something like that. Okay, under supervision, of course.
Yeah,
So then you will get rid of your cruelty gradually, like give up eating meat, because that's cruelty for animals. So gradually, so try to work on this. Like only God can have all these qualities, right? Only Sri Ram can have all the tick marks. Not
yeah,
normal people cannot. So try
yeah,
to correlate with the planets and most importantly, your own horoscope.
mm,
Like for example, if somebody has the 11th house is damaged, then by default community is not there or bad community is there. Or you have too many planets in the Dusthana houses, then your mental health is very weak.
yes,
The Lord of Dusthanas are in very prominent houses. Imagine 8th Lord in the Lagna, 12th Lord in the 10th, 6th Lord in the 7th. What do you do in life?
mm,
So
yeah,
then you have to know, I have to be realistic in this life. I have a tough chart.
mm,
So then all these parameters have to be toned down a bit. If you have a very difficult chart, you can't say I will go all in on everything. No, it's not possible. If you go all in, you will lose. So then you should aim for a more stable life.
mm,
And of course, if the trines are damaged, then the easiest way to know is the person will reject any good advice. You are seeing the person is drowning and you are giving good advice, as there's this famous saying in India, right? Vinash kale vipreet buddhi. Any good advice, it will backfire. Oh, you're my enemy. You don't like to see my success. That is why you're jealous of me. That is why you are telling me, play it safe. Or where am I playing it safe? In drugs.
yeah,
So if trines are bad, then go to some ashram, take shelter of a guru, take diksha from a guru, learn, like see which planets are badly placed, improve them.
mm,
That is how you can improve all these points. That's the way out, not just thinking, yeah, that's it. I have a bad horoscope and yeah, that's it. That's the end of my journey. Because you will have good areas. Sometimes people have rarely good areas, like very in few cases, like 5% of the cases you will always see.
mm,
Health gone, marriage gone, career gone.
mm, mm,
Then the three kendras are demolished, life becomes very difficult. So then yeah, take it as a, how do I say, prayaschit. Take it as a repentance for your bad karma, but
mm,
it will not be for the rest 95%.
mm,
So whichever area is good, keep it good, improve it.
mm,
And whichever area is not improving even after trying everything, you have to understand this is prarabdha karma, I can't like run away from it, right? So you make peace with it, do some adjustments, try your best. If it works out, fine. If not, then it's okay. So
mm,
yeah, I would say these are the 10 non-astrological parameters by which you can use in your predictions, which can actually tell you. The only aim of these 10 parameters is to help you know how high the person can go
mm.
and also how low the person can go. That's the only objective.
Thank
Right?
you. These are great points. Thank you for sharing with us. Yeah.
You can also add, or if you have any questions, anything, comments, you can add always.
No, no, this was, everything was really wonderful. I really, really, like, you had them all cleared. But yes, spiritually, when we're spiritually supported or trying, like, I mean, spiritually, we also develop. I think intuition can really start to clear. Eating proper food, we start to clear our mind, when it calms down. The intuition part and spirituality part, it just really keeps us grounded. I really, all of them were really great, but these one really stuck out with me, and detachment, you know, when we are spiritually elevated or spiritually understanding, I think it can really make us understand life too. So when we're going through some bad times or tough times, it really helps us ground and also understanding that not, everything is temporary, everything's changing, you know. So it doesn't affect the mind or heart so badly. Yeah.
Hmm.
Because there's a
Understood.
higher knowledge and higher purpose and higher understanding, even of the law of karma too. That can change a lot of perspective, and it can give us more self-confidence and self-trust as well. Yeah. So,
Always.
thank you. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much for the invitation. It was a great
Thank you.
pleasure talking to you like always.
Always.
Thank you so much.